Hi folks, another video from myself regarding some of the projects I do. Now, I don't know if you remember, some months ago I decided to make a Rod Pentode Band 1 TV modulator. Now, it was built up on this here matrix board. Didn't like it, very rough, but it was the lash up. So we've now done a bit more to it, and we've put it on this copper laminate board. So this is the next installment. Some interesting things obviously come to light that I never even thought about when I was doing the original prototype. In fact, was how this operates and how it can work with such a very low component count. There's the result up there on the Sony. Don't worry about the banding, the usual effect with the phone. Afraid there's nothing I can do about that. That's just a fact of life. Anyway, I've said that many times in my videos. So at the moment we're running with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 81 volts, probably a bit less because these are old green cells, so maybe a bit less than that. And you'll notice there's a CR3032 sitting in there, just tacked onto that resistor. Now, what I discovered when I put this together today, I was only getting negative pictures. I thought, no, I didn't do that before, why? But I had forgotten the reason why, and why it was doing the naughtiness today. So we'll take the CR2032 out of there, and there we go. We have a negative going picture, totally negative going. So most modulators for band 1 require the video signal to be inverted. So there's usually a buffer stage come a phase reversal, and that's normally how you get them to work. So of course when I did this this afternoon, well today, I thought, I've forgotten to do something because this worked the last time. And I had totally forgotten what I did. I'll be quite honest with you. So I then dawned on me, yes, that'll be the reason why I had a resistor running from the heater supply to the grid of the video input, you know, through a suitable resistor. So there's the pot here is for level. If I adjust the level just disappears. As you can see, it you know, but it is negative going. That would probably be fine if it was a UHF transmitter. Well, not transmitter, a modulator, where the video's negative going, so you'd get a positive picture and it would work. But what I discovered is when you put a positive voltage on that grid, you get phase reversal. And watch this. There you go. Now there you go, positive, take the battery away, negative, positive, negative. How about that for switching, eh? Now, I think we've actually discussed this effect on the forum to an extent, by Michael Watterson and some others. But the result is very good. Just the level control there, you know, takes it right down. There's no hooking or anything like that. See, to be fair, what we really need on this circuitry, to be honest with you, is a pot to adjust this, say 3 volts. And what it does, if you haven't got it quite right, your sinks are crushed. So you don't want crushed sinks. So we need probably to run this with a higher voltage. There's an 820 in here. This is an 820 ohm here. Obviously a higher value resistance, and maybe 6 volts, so we can adjust it. But I would say it would need a regulated 3 volt supply, to be fair, for it to work. But you know, I mean, for such a low component count, it actually works extremely well. You know, this is the computer generated signal I've got. The test card isn't, you know, there's a little bit of aliasing in it, I'm afraid. It's down to the resolution of the how can I put it, the original card. We'll put the Sony monitor back on. You'll see what I do here, and we'll see. We've got light coming in from the back door. There we go. I maybe should have shut that door actually before I started the video, but never mind. This is Vid Blaster. It's this is the trial version, and it's like a studio, you know, basically. You can do all sorts of things with it. You can For instance, let me see, let's go to source. That's the source, sorry, no, not that one. What we want to do is player. I don't know. Oh yeah, I think we've got Doctor Who on there, or have we? Yeah, I've got Doctor Who. So if I change the test card at the output to that's player 2, if I go to player 2, there you go, we have it up on the screen here, Doctor Who, and playing nicely away. So it's very simple, this this whole setup. And it's quite good. So the next thing I have to do to the modulator, to be fair, is build the audio stage. The audio stage hasn't been done, but it'll follow on the same lines basically as the video. We're using crystals here. Now, I actually got a job to do some time ago from one of our members who couldn't get a modulator to go, and I was getting actually quite stumped with it. I mean, I wasn't getting really anywhere with it, but I could not get either of the oscillators to run for some reason, and I thought I'll try one of these, fully expecting the crystal that was in this modulator not to work in into the Rod Pentode one like this, and it does. It works fine. So I'm beginning to wonder if it was the actual type of crystals are wrong for that application, and that's why we're having problems with this this job I'm doing for that. But it certainly works all right here. The valve is a 1ZH37B. That's a dual grid valve. And we are using it for a purpose it was never intended for. But to be fair, you mean having a little tiny bit of positive bias on that grid, that won't do the valve any harm. It's just the way I think that it's going to affect the electrons are actually moving in the actual valve itself, having it a bit positive. But as I say, it does work, and it does work okay. I don't have any issues with that at all. So the next thing, as I say, is to build the audio, and this one will be run off a power supply. It will not be run off batteries. This will be a permanent fixture in here once I've done this, so it won't be a battery operated device at all. So it's basically back to using this for a source for 405 for channel 1. And that's the plan. That is the plan. If the purists would probably want to have vestigial filtering and so on, but unfortunately I'm not going to go down that road. It's not as if I'm doing a broadcast. That's just going to feed some TVs in here, and that's it. So that's the plan. But I thought I'd let you know. I think I'll put up the circuit on the Goldborn forum just shortly, or maybe not today, maybe in a day's time, because I want to draw it out. I also want to put in a pot in there as well, just for an adjustment pot for the bias level. But if it's off a bit, you get hooking on the top basically before it reverts back to going negative. So that's the thing with it. But there you go, that's it. Dead simple little thing. Probably out your junk box. If you don't have crystals, that would be your most expensive thing to do. Whether or not it worked with ceramic filters, I don't know. I've never tried it, so I couldn't say. But there you go. It works fine. Works great. Works just as good as in fact, it works better than the lash up, because it was any time you touched it, it was funny. It was going all weird, and that was basically down to the fact it wasn't on an earth plane or anything like that. So there you go. Okay, thank you guys for looking. Take care. All the very best. Bye for now.